to put on a show for our fans. They want to make sure people know we will be in the playoff next year, and that motivation all starts here today with a terrific top 25 matchup. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Holly. Good stuff. So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. He's past the marker and still going. He's got space.
That is way too easy. This defense has got to adjust on first down. You've got to get up there and stop the run. If you can just hand the football off on first down and get first downs, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So one play moves the ball to the 42-yard line. It'll be first down. To throw, it's Russell. Incomplete. Tried to find the receiver there. Just missed him.
Chris, I just get the sense that this quarterback is rushing. He goes through his reads. I think he does that a little quickly. He tries to get to the check down, throw this ball short, and he's unable to connect. He's jumping at the throws. Again, he's got to relax and establish some sort of rhythm.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Challenging play for the offense. They face third and long here from their own 43. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Rodgers. They pick up enough for the first down. Football goes to the 45.
And there's that connection that we've been expecting to see. That's something on film that really showed up, is this timing of the quarterback and wide receiver. And they haven't really established it yet today until here on third down. That's a good job. Maybe it gets them going here a little bit for the future.
Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
When we talk with these coaches, they talk about the key for the defensive lineman, in particular in the middle of that line, is block destruction. Look at him get off the block, and he's able to make a play, this time in the backfield.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Makes the grab. It's Rodgers. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Really good timing from this secondary. The contact arrives right when the ball arrives, and it's able to dislodge it. Great job from them. Incomplete pass.
Punt team ready to boot it away. And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And the punt heads out of bounds. They're going to spot this very near the goal line. So it's 1st and 10 inside the 5. How does the coaching staff play this? So they run the ball to get some breathing room, or will they trust the QB and be more aggressive here? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
This is exactly what pops up on film in preparing for this defense. His recognition, getting into the backfield, stopping plays before they ever get started. Look how fast he recognizes what's going on, and then his instincts to go make the tackle.
Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. On this winds up a safety.
Chris, you certainly don't expect the first score of a huge game like this to be a safety, but this is always the risk when you're backed up like this inside your own 5. Great job by this defense to take advantage of this opportunity and put points on the board.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking for a deep completion. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
Just get the sense that he's forcing the football down the field. That's a tight window throw, and he's trying to fit it in there, and it gets easily batted away. He needs to allow the offense to work for him and take what the defense gives him.
And this pass is caught. Oh, he's got open space. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. Pass complete for a 1st down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Back to throw. It's Russell. Grab behind the line. It's Edwards. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A 2nd down behind the sticks now.
Great swarming defense, but if you're going to catch that ball behind the line of scrimmage and you've got defenders all over you, you might want to just bat that one down and not take the loss. So a clear mistake from the offense, but again, this defense is just flying around, and they're playing so hard and so well right now.
Loss on the completion sets up a 2nd and long now. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Grab behind the line. It's Hill fighting off the defender. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? He'll hand it off. And they get the 3rd down conversion. Football moves now to the 45.
For an offense, it's always important to stay ahead of the chains, and that's how you convert on 3rd down. So a nice pickup there for the offense.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. 1st down, looking to throw the football. Here comes the rush. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, we knew this was going to be a key for this defense. They had to impact the quarterback, make him feel you in that pass rush, and they're able to get to him and hit him as he throws. That play right there, that'll pay dividends the rest of the game.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Back to pass. It's Russell. He'll take a deep shot. Catch made down inside the 20. And make the tackle, but that play moves it inside the red zone. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the 2nd period. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. And he drops back in the gun. Catch made on the right side. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Looking to throw it again. Screen to the wide receiver. To tackle the receiver, but... enough to move the ball inside the 10.
Well, we knew this offense was going to attack on the edges and on the perimeter. And we knew that the defense would have to tackle in space. They're doing that great on this play. And now the offense is behind the chains.
So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. He keeps it on the design run. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Powers into the end zone.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation. Tight ball game, and they drive the length of the field. Great execution from everyone on the offensive side to go all the way down the field and put it in the end zone.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to put it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lyle. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Remember, the last time out there, they surrendered a safety. They got to regroup from that right away. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
I think the mark of a great defense is not just a defense that can get off the field and create stops, but it's also a defense that builds into those stops. For me, it's negative yardage plays. When you can go out there and create a loss, a tackle for loss, now you're really doing something. They're able to do that right here.
Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. Got an opening here. Will not be brought down. Goes out of bounds, but a nice game. They'll spot him short of the 35.
Chris, coming in, we knew that the strength of this offensive line was the right side, and they prove it here. Great blocks, allowing the running back to get to the perimeter, and now you've got to set up those perimeter blocks, which he's able to do for a big gain.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is exactly what you need to do on first down, is continue to stay on schedule and keep your quarterback out of those long yardage passing situations. The run game is doing a good job, and you got to give the credit to the offensive line. Continue to churn yards on first.
Again, makes it 2nd and medium. Solid game, moves the ball to the 43.
Really solid stuff from this offense here. Quarterback is making good reads. He sees in the RPO, the run-pass option, that the handoff is there. The defense is back. He gives it to his back, and he picks up a nice gain.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. And they keep the drive going, or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, I would go for this. Every program uses analytics, and most analytics would tell you in this down and distance, you would go for it in this field position.
Here we go. The coach rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. And the offense will call time here. Must not have liked the look for this 4th and 1. They'll have 2 more to work with here in the first half. And the offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Looking for a gap. It's Fletcher. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop. Defense makes the stop. That'll be a turnover on downs. Looking to throw. It's Russell. On the run, he'll let it go. Caught over the middle. It's Ford. Catch made quickly, but a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 25.
That's a good find by the quarterback. These early first downs within the series, they're so important to establish momentum. And now you've got to take that momentum and carry it with you. Try to get this ball down the field and go get points on this series.
Caught near the goal line. And he scores. Touchdown, tied.
Chris, this group is so good. You give them just a little bit of momentum, they're going to take it, and they're going to use it to build a big lead, and that's what they've done. And now this is a precarious situation. Unless you get a score going the opposite direction, this one could get out of hand.
Extra point try coming now. Point after makes the lead 16. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return begins inside the 10. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And he steps out of bounds, but that's an excellent return to set up the offense in good position. So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. On the run, it's Fletcher. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the key to third down success is being good on first down. And here the defense does a great job on first down of bowing up and stopping the run. And that's the key to this thing. If you can create long yardage situations, now they have to throw the football, and that pass rush can start getting after it.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. It's the 2-minute timeout. This offense running out of time to cut into this lead before the break. Offense sets the formation. It's third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. He'll be tackled just short of the marker. It's going to set up 4th and inches.
Stopping the run is about being sound fundamentally and schematically. You got to be where you're supposed to be in your gap, but then you got to fight. And this defense is fighting off blocks, making tackles. They're doing a really nice job.
Well, the offense failed earlier on a 4th down attempt. They'll try it again here. Quarterback's got it on the option. Oh, and he's stuffed on 4th down. The defense rises up. Turnover on downs here. They did not make it short on 4th down.
Well, you can see exactly what they're trying to do. Remember, they received the kick to start the third quarter, so they're trying to go down, get a score before half, and cut into this big lead. But now their defense has to really bow up. A score here going the other direction, and this thing is out of control.
Takes the handoff, and he'll head left. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
This defense has got to play better up front, in particular on first down. This offense continues to just gain yards on first down, churning out 4, 5, 6 yards, and staying out of obvious passing situations. This defensive line has got to start winning their one-on-one blocks up front.
To the air. It's Russell. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Oh, and he's got it down inside the 20. He make the tackle, but that plane moves it inside the red zone. After one enormous play, the offense is set up with a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. On the ground, it's Hill.
This defense is going to have to answer for what's going on with this offensive line in this run game. You cannot sit there and give up 5 and 6 yards on these run plays. You're going to have to commit more resources. Expect the safety to get up near the line of scrimmage.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Looking to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You quarterbacks out there, when you're throwing the football down the field, you cannot let your eyes track the ball. You've got to keep your eyes on the target. Like shooting a three-pointer, you keep your eyes on the rim. If you keep your eyes on the target, that ball is going to fall perfectly into place. A lot of times when your eyes go up, you tend to overthrow it like we see here.
The pressure's on. He'll be sacked. The defense swarms him on 3rd and long. Now the Canes will go ahead and spend their 2nd timeout here. They still have one more in their pocket for the rest of the half. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. He knocks it through with confidence, and they add to their lead.
Well, that's a confidence boost for this team. It's a good quality drive and you ended in points. I know they would have rather been in the end zone, but again, getting points on the board in this situation, that's solid for them.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the 1st half clock. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36. The Canes looking to use the up-tempo offense here. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Looking deep to the right side. Oh, that one's picked off. He goes down, but they'll have a chance here now just before halftime.
I always wonder, Chris, just how quickly these quarterbacks can forget about a mistake. And listen, they're going to happen. You're going to throw interceptions, but the great ones come back right away, and they play better because of them. We'll see how he reacts the rest of the game.
So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? The pocket breaking down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Dropping back. It's Russell. Pressure is coming. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Caught right near the sideline for a big gain. He goes out of bounds, but gets inside the 40.
No mystery who they're looking to on 3rd down. You find your best wide receiver, you love the matchup, and you go to him. That's an easy pitch and catch and an easy 1st down.
Looks like the final play of the half coming up. First down, looking to throw the ball. Back-to-back deep shots. And it's incomplete, a last gasp pass as time expires in the 1st half. Alabama will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And he'll lead the kickoff right there to start from the 25. And the Miami offense is back on the field. Now After falling way behind in the first half, they need to find a spark right now to cut into this big lead. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, really good job by this defense. Look at him just swarm the ball carrier. He's got nowhere to go. It's just really a no-chance carry for the ball carrier. And a great tackle in the backfield.
Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. He's looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. On the run here, lets it go. And it's intercepted as he threw it back across his body that time. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Just a bad mistake, Chris. To start the second half, you want to put together a drive, go down and get points. The coaches talk about the middle 8, past 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half as a period that they have to win. This is a huge setback for them.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. The tight end has got it. Tackle made short of the goal line, but they'll spot it at the 2. Coming up, 2nd down and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama. They are pouring it on now.
Just been a dominant day from this group, and now a big lead here in the second half. It's so difficult to stop this offense. Their defense has played well, and that's led to this huge lead.
And now they'll set up for the point after. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Bringing it out. It's Lyle. And the returner will be brought down. Comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. The first job here, protect the football. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Has the first down and more. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 31.
Well, when you can run the football like this, everything is at your disposal. You can go play action. You can throw it down the field. This offensive line is doing a great job. Huge hole in the back. He's being explosive.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down.
Now this defense is in a perfect situation. You're creating an obvious passing situation for the offense, and you can get these pass rushers going. Get them out on the edge, let them get after the quarterback, and create havoc in the backfield.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Coming after him. And it's incomplete, comes up a little short on that throw.
This group is just not on the same page right now. The timing, something about this offense seems off, and clearly the quarterback is feeling that.
After the 2nd down incompletion, they'll have to convert here on 3rd down and 8. And here's the handoff. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up.
Oh, that's a really good job by the defense. Being gap sound, there's nowhere to go for this running back because of the fundamental football being played on the opposite side. This defense is where they need to be, and then they're making the tackle. Really good job defensively.
The Hurricanes will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch near the sideline and keeps the foot in bounds. That's enough for a first down. They finally feature their elite wide receiver. We've been wondering, Joe, where is this guy? They haven't looked to him that much. May need to make the play to make up this deficit.
And, Chris, I will give this defense credit because they have rolled their coverage over the top of this great wide receiver. But as a quarterback, you're down in this game. Now it's the second half. At some point, you just got to say, I got to go down with my best. You got to target him, and you got to target him often. Chris, there are some players that when they have the ball in their hands, they just hate to be tackled. And that's this guy. He's always fighting for extra yardage, and here he's able to get 2, 3, 4, 5 extra yards after contact.
And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Well, Chris, it's kind of like rinse and repeat on these sets of downs here. Quality run on first down, move the chains on second and third down, and stay on the field. This line is doing one heck of a job, in particular on first down.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Running through the tackle. The Hurricanes pick up enough yards to move the sticks.
This coaching staff is doing a nice job here, Chris. They recognize that the defense is not getting upfield, so they can seal the edge and get the touch pass on the outside, and they're able to get the line to gain and create a first down.
Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. And the quarterback dropping back. Grab down the middle. It's Vaughn. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points.
Man, seeing a passing game in rhythm is so fun to watch. And here, this quarterback is clearly in rhythm, playing with a lot of confidence. And he gets this ball all the way down the field. It's a nice play by the wide receiver. It's just great execution all the way around.
Design quarterback run. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. Canes trying to cash in here in the red zone. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Bring him down short of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal from the 2.
These are the opportunities you just cannot let slip away. You got 1st and goal inside the 5. Chris, this is their chance to punch it in here and really gain some momentum in this game.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Defense stuffing the runner. Ball still spotted at the 2-yard line. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. And they got to be feeling pretty good about things as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. Let's review how we got here. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up with a 2nd and goal. Looking for a receiver. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Chris, in this situation down big, this 4 vertical route concept, just have it on repeat. You basically call it every single play.
The defense has kept the offense out of the end zone all game, and they stop on 3rd and goal. Little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. Pass rush closing in. He's sacked. He'll be brought down right at the 5-yard line.
It's so difficult to present pressure on the quarterback in a short yardage situation, and the defense is able to do it. That's a really nice job by this defensive coordinator and this defensive front getting home on third down.
A field goal here doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 on fourth down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Launching one to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. That's another big play for this defense, and for the offense, the struggles continue today.
Well, there are days as a quarterback you feel like you're playing 12 and 13 defenders, and this is certainly one of those days. This quarterback has done nothing right. This offense has not had a rhythm, and this defense has been all over the field. Another turnover, and they're able to salt this game away.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. He's stopped him, but he gets out across the 25-yard line.
You know, I don't think there's any better feeling for a head coach than having a big lead in the fourth quarter and just ripping off big runs late in the game. You know you're going to continue to move the chains, continue to keep your offense on the field, and you're about to be in the locker room with a win.
It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they bring him down. Blocker has not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down.
To defend the screen well, the defense, you've got to recognize what's going on right away. I thought that their recognition was just a touch slow, but credit them in the pursuit and getting back on track and making this tackle before the running back can get a first down.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Boy, I really love the rhythm that this offensive line is in. Staying out of third down, being able to run the football here. Nice job by the running back and the offensive line, moving the line of scrimmage and moving the chains. This offense is going to continue to build on this success. Now,
intercepted, picked off by the defense. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Chris, I think the true measure of a quarterback is not how you're playing when everything's going well, but how quickly can you bounce back from a mistake. And here, interceptions are going to happen, but what does the quarterback do moving forward? How quickly can he get back into rhythm?
And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Looking for a man deep down the middle. Pass falls incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So the offense comes up now on first down thanks to that costly penalty. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Caught in the backfield. It's Fletcher. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
This is what makes this defense so tough. Great zone coverage behind the play, forcing the quarterback to check things down, but then the key, tackle in space.
Makes a nice move there. He goes out of bounds. They'll spot him short of the 15.
These wide receiver screens are like extended handoffs for the quarterback. They are so easy to execute, and all you've got to do is throw it on time. The wide receiver does a nice job getting the line to gain, and he ultimately moves the chains for this offense.
And the Canes are in the red zone. Here's the option play. He'll pitch it. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, this is why this option offense is so effective. Is on first down, they can stay on schedule. When you're on schedule, it opens up everything. They can go back to the option. They can go to play-action pass. In fact, on second and manageable, I love the idea of a play-action pass here.
It's a wide receiver screen. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
That screen fooled nobody. Great recognition from the corner. As soon as the ball was snapped, he recognized what was going on, got into the backfield, and blew it up for a loss.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense facing some serious urgency, trying to come up with a miracle late here. One of those critical third down plays coming up.
Easy, easy, easy. Red 28, higher. Red 28, higher. Come on, sawmill.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's picked off again, the fourth for this QB today. He's got a crease. Could take it all the way. To 30. Muscles past the defender. Finally steps out of bounds after a long return. What a play by the defense.
What a frustrating day for this offense. They have just not been able to get anything going all day long. This defense has been too fast, too sound. They have been all over the field, and here, icing on the cake, they're able to get the turnover late on a day in which they played fantastic football.
Leaning on the run game here. Fights through a tackle. Defense stops him, but that's a solid game.
Well, that's exactly what you want to see as an offensive play caller, is your guys up front winning the line of scrimmage here late in this game, fourth quarter, and able to run the football on first down. That's just beautiful stuff up front.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play.
I've always been a big believer that you build defenses front to back and inside out. There is nowhere to go in the middle of this field right now. They're doing a great job of not allowing that offensive line to gain traction at the line of scrimmage. It's a beautiful stop right there. Really nowhere to go in the middle.
So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. For our coverage here. Thanks for joining us. For Joel, Pat, and Holly Rowe, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.